I just got out of a meeting with the mayors and the city attorney about unified law enforcement.
Cool.
It was very informative. I have a lot of information. Since Mom is doing well, I plan to read through all of the information. I would like that to be on a next agenda, I hope, and for us to discuss a little bit about LEA. And okay, because I know, let me look in here. I know there was some things in here that I still needed to sign.
Oh,
What did it say?
I'm moving in.
No. You have to have seniority to get closer to the end. I like Kurt. And I go up about somebody who's
Oh, is this, or is Laura going to have that? That needs to be signed. Okay. And this one you signed, but I did not. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking there was another one in here that was that way.
yeah, I got it. I still feel them stuff like that, but it's still.
Oh, such a mess here.
Over some of it.
Oh, this is getting still. Maybe that is just it.
Where were you in such a hurry to go to Friday morning? I blew my doors off right south of Bonnie.
I'll tell you later because it's
I figured you and
and I got to thinking when I went around you, I thought I should know who that is.
Tom Rickles did it to me about 2 weeks ago, coming down the right there from Carroll Blacktop, where you go north. He blew by me. He must be in a hurry. Yeah, I'm in. Go get it.
So I just didn't.
Yeah. And I understand that. Tom Rickles blew my doors off. You must be,
Okay. So
It's funny that everybody drives it slower than you moron, and anybody drives faster than you, I mean, yeah.
one was signed.
You much.
Are you?
Yeah, sure works.
That was signed. Streaming policy. This is the one that I know. This is a copy that is not signed by you, so I'll have to grab out the one that needs to be signed before, and this one I signed, but you did not. There's 2 files. So you can see if there's a better copy. No. See the original for number 5.
Yeah, something good. You know how fast you were going? Do I get a prize? I get right. Yeah. Mine said 84. What's yours say?
Oh, okay.
So all
right, perfect. Perfect. We're good. But and I think that's just another copy of the same thing. Happy birthday, Goldie.
Not my birthday.
It's 2.
It's not.
It's your mom and dad said happy birthday on Facebook.
You didn't.
Did you say it was Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay, I was hoping so. I was like, we specifically said we couldn't do a meeting because it had to be.
Oh, I,
First, they say,
the granddaughter. It's Wednesday. Shift coming.
well, it's upcoming, okay. I think you're gonna be staying crazy. You're several people.
All right, are we all here? Let's call this first meeting to order. If I can find my, here it is. For the agenda,
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. This is the public hearing regarding fiscal year 27 property tax levy. I want to open it to public discussion. Is there anybody here for the public discussion on the tax levy? So are we closing discussion? Because there isn't any.
Is
I
there a day
need,
set?
pardon me,
Is there a day set for the public hearing?
It's today.
Right now.
this, yeah.
Okay.
So we're adjourning the public hearing then? Do I need a motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
I will second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Can we go straight into the next meeting or do we need to wait? Uh, all right, we're going to open our regular meeting. Approve the agenda. I will need a motion to approve the agenda. Do we have any changes or anything that anybody needs to make?
Can I ask for clarification quickly?
Yep.
We have a bullet under old business that is pertinent to the amendment of the urban renewal plan. And we also have a bullet under new business that's for the public hearing. The resolution 14 is for the public hearing and establishing the public hearing. So I'm asking for clarification, I guess, on if these need to be two separate bullet points. And if so, then I need the resolution of 14 to be under the public hearing bullet and not under the amendment.
I can move the resolution down if that's what you want.
Do they need to be two separate bullet points, or can we include them all in one?
They need to be two separate so you guys could review the plan and see what came from the lawyers like you asked. And then it has to be set up according to what the lawyers said by May 4th. So it's old business and new business, but I can move the resolution.
Yeah, if we can just have the resolution
Yep.
reflect the actual,
Yep.
what it's declaring.
I can do that.
Okay. Are we approving the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with that amendment.
Thank you.
Second,
I'll second.
Dewey? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Public, anybody want to speak? Anybody here for public speaking? All right, are we approving the previous minutes from 3:10, 16, and 30?
I found quite a few discrepancies in 316. I
I'm sorry, do you need a packet?
No, Cody does.
I would take one if you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Let me go ahead, do what you're doing and I'll.
I guess, I mean, Judd Nelson's name was spelled wrong, so I'd like for that to reflect correctly. And then for the resolution 12,
Judd Nielsen is,
Judd Nelson was the,
but he is Nielsen, Nielsen.
yes, and it has two D's.
Judd and Nielsen. Nielsen.
For resolution 12, the vote was not reflective of a certain dollar amount. It was merely adopting the acceptance of beginning the program. So I don't want our official document of this meeting to have any dollar signs attached to it because that wasn't what the vote was pertinent to. And then for discuss and possible action for reimbursing Alex, it says no motion. However, we did approve reimbursement. I made the motion, Cody seconded, and all were ayes. And then for the line after that, for IT management, it was tabled until we could get more information. The only additional thing I would add is just for clarification on updating the city code of ordinances, including beginning the process of that, because as it reads right now, it doesn't really say what we voted to actually get the ball rolling on that. So.
I have one thing on that page, and two up on the old business under the splash pad there, 36,500 gallons. That's dollars. Eight 800,000 is dollars also.
800,000.
Well, we can't hear what you're saying over here. I mean, we couldn't hear what you said.
Okay.
There's nobody to hear.
There was just a correction in the minutes.
Okay.
It was put down as dollar or gallons instead of dollars.
Gotcha. Thank you.
It's coming.
Anything else? Make those corrections and then we can see them.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with those corrections.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Yeah.
Motion carried. All right, approve the bills. These are the bills.
That are going to be paid on the next meeting.
They'll be paid before the next meeting.
No, on the 420 meeting. Everything's been paid through March. With me being gone, things had to be paid by March 31st. So you have a February report that's already approved, and you've approved half of the March report.
Yep.
The other half was by the due date. So
none of that is in here, is that correct?
no, none of that's in there.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills.
I'd like to have some discussion prior to any motions. I'm happy to sign the February as we did as a council approves all of those. But just for clarification so that everyone knows here, the March report that you're being asked to sign has very limited amounts of bills that we actually approved. For visual, anything that is highlighted in green was what we approved and lines up with the dollar amount that we approved. Anything that has red beside it is a different dollar amount that was approved at our last meeting. and more was actually paid. There's also a $2,000 charge for EMT through Iowa Central Community College that I'd like a little more information on. And
Can I give you that one real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's the number we have to pay the bill to get the grant. I gave you stuff that a couple months ago.
so that's a pre-grant payment, and we'll get that money up. Perfect. Okay. So then again, my concern is that per our resolution that we signed at the beginning of the year, there are no bills that are supposed to be paid without there's limited bills that can be paid prior to city council approval. So due to those legal ramifications, I don't feel comfortable signing this March report.
So I haven't seen your list. What are you questioning?
Right here.
We talked about that on the email.
That was on a holiday after we were closed. So I'm sorry.
And
I didn't feel the need to respond.
And that is fine. That is absolutely fine. I told you that you didn't need to. My question was, are there bills that we need to approve or receipts for bills that we need to approve? And that's what's in that folder.
So we know.
Not what's in that folder.
So we know Phelps uniform is what? Cleaning the roads. It's the same thing every month. Pocahontas area after prom, that's just a typo. We paid $750. Sales and service, it says the Durango right there for Lorenz. You even asked.
And the bill that we received and approved was for $60-some.
I would have to see. It must be an oil change or something.
I'm not questioning the line
You
items.
are questioning them.
I'm not questioning the line items. I'm questioning the process and making sure that I am safe from any legal ramifications.
It is illegal. It can be jail, fines, whatever. It is illegal to pay bills that have not been approved by the council. That's all I'm saying. I just,
Please sign February. I need at least 4 signed copies.
yes. Okay, we got
Still have a
that
motion
done.
on the table.
I'm getting there.
Just
Motion to approve the bills by Cody. Anybody gonna second? Brian? All in favor? All opposed? Did I hear 3 over here at the beginning? All right, motion passes. Motion carried, I guess I say.
Do we sign the March one? Yes or no?
I do.
Brian did. That's up to you. And that's what you approve.
If you verbally approve something.
I guess it carried, so. Next is approve the cigarette license for Woods. I don't remember seeing that, but that's.
We don't see them until they come.
That's right.
I'll make a motion to approve the liquor
Cigarette license
for Woods.
for Cody,
I'll second it.
Wes. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, we're on to old business. Consider funds for Chamber of Pocahontas and Economic Development. Do we know how much those funds are that they're asking for?
Okay.
both of those organizations have already came and talked to us at previous meetings.
And it's already in the budget. It's 4,000 for the chamber.
So technically that's done. Is that correct?
No, everybody held off because they wanted to wait, but we're holding up their budgets. So this is old business that needs to be visited
I
again.
thought it was $1,700 for what?
Now it's 4,000 for chamber. And
So what
it's
was-
15,700 and something for,
Economic development, they actually, their budget coincides with our budget.
yes.
So they're really not,
They're not hurting.
it's the chamber that their budget started their budget starts 6 months prior to our budget.
They start at the beginning of the year. So
I'm assuming this is for the 27
Mhm.
budget,
Mhm.
and it's 15.7. Is that correct?
15,375?
Is that what it is?
That was for economic.
Yeah,
Development.
economic development. Chambers.
Sorry, I meant
I'm sorry.
okay,
I didn't know which one.
15,375. Sorry, I misspoke.
And that's for the 26, 27.
Yes. Oh gosh,
But for the chamber, it's just the 26.
it's 17. I got my numbers turned around. 17,375 for economic development. Got
Okay,
nervous.
that's okay. I was kind of thinking that, but I wasn't saying it. Okay, so do we need to do a motion on this to okay that?
So the whole, if to get ahead of it, to say, if we have enough money, $4,000 in the general fund right now, just to go ahead and pay them, and what we're going to budget for next year, or in our budget right now will be for their next year's.
Mhm,
So we would be ahead of them, and that would only be the chamber.
mhm.
We can cross out the economic development because they are,
They're
So-
July 1st.
Chamber is current fiscal year.
Yeah, it was 4,000 approved within this current operating budget. Do you
So
envision needing more than $4,000 next year is the question that we need to answer.
always,
You know
right,
he's gonna
Parker?
say that.
Always.
I know it stayed the same this year, but if I don't want to landlock us into that
Right.
decision, and then you
Right.
come next year and
but we can always amend our budget and get more.
it's true.
Yes,
it
we
would,
can.
it would be the year
Yes,
after.
we
I would say that would be helpful if we know we have 4,000 for sure, and then if you feel like, hey,
Mhm.
if you increase by X amount, we would put towards this thing. That could be a conversation we have at the beginning of next year.
Sounds good.
Okay. So how do we want to word a motion? $4,000 for chamber and
Out of the general fund.
just out of the general fund, and economic development, you want to table that for now? Is that right?
That's already in the budget.
Yeah, that will be officially decided when the budget is adopted.
Okay.
I think
Dewey's-
Cody just made that motion.
Cody
And I
and
will second
Dewey?
the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Urban Renewal Plan, Resolution 14. Did I get that? No, I got it right here.
Nicole, if we're gonna move the resolution down, we don't want to talk about it right now, right? Or do we?
Yeah, probably not the resolution, since that is purely for the public hearing, but we can talk about the amendments in the plan that you want.
Okay.
So we're going to discuss amending the urban renewal plan?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a question on that even before we get started. Didn't we get an email from the county saying that our urban renewal plan isn't even up to date?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So how can we amend anything till we get our urban renewal plan?
That is a matter of paperwork that's being worked on. This is for TIF money for 26, 27. So what they want to amend is what's right now, but this is for next year. And since
But we don't even have an urban renewal plan that's up to date.
Give me your top page.
we do
It hasn't been updated since
22, but the lawyers are updating that, but that's for right now.
Yeah.
This is going forward, which includes the pool. So that's why I have to bring it up now. So it goes in for this.
I think Cody's trying to get to how can you amend something that the finalized plan doesn't exist yet.
Right.
We need to get the
All it
plan
is changing
updated.
the dates and signing it.
Right.
And the lawyers are working on that. But for us to sign up for TIP money within their window for the state, we've got to look at next year's. This is next year, not right now.
But we don't have a good plan right now.
Our plan right now covers everything in the red and the blue. All this is going to do is add the yellow, which is the pool and the park area.
So then you get down to the new business, the public hearing for, that's the latest.
That's for this amendment.
That's for this amendment.
I mean, I just mean, do we have another meeting in between that we can get this figured out
Yeah, the 20th.
before we have to get our public hearing set?
But you do have to.
We have to set it because
Before that public hearing can happen, you have to meet with planning and zoning. You have to meet with the school board. You have to meet with the county. So you have to have all those meetings and get the planning and zoning board to give their official recommendation. And then you can have the public hearing.
Yeah.
And you also have to have the public notice before the public hearing. So like you wait till the 20th, you're getting down there as far as timelines concerned. We have to have a special.
And if we have to have a special, I think we've probably got several things we can discuss at a special. So we've got to do more budget. This is awesome. I really like this. But we've got budget to do. We've got all kinds of stuff to do. So do we want to then table this urban renewal again that we have under the old business?
I guess if we pass it, it ain't like do anything. We ain't got nothing.
But I hate to get the cart before the horse
Yeah.
is my,
But I'd like to be proactive instead of reactive too.
yes.
So we should go ahead and approve.
I would like clarification from legal sources that making an amendment to a plan that doesn't exist doesn't pose any other.
If we're gonna have a special council meeting to discuss other things, then I think we should table it till that council meeting.
we need to watch our verbiage. We have a plan. It needs to be
We have an
updated.
expired.
We have a
An
plan
expired plan.
that's been in since 2002. It is a matter of signing and changing the dates.
Absolutely.
So
But until that's officially signed and in place and active, I don't think you can amend it because right now, if we were to sign this, that date would precede the new plan that we'll get. So are you amending the old expired plan or are you amending?
I don't
The new-
vote, so you do whatever you feel you want to do.
Well, that's a question. If you've had that already answered, I'd love to hear the answer.
I've given my answer. So you decide. You're the voting member, not me.
Motion to table it.
I made a motion to table it, but I mean,
I'll second that motion.
All right. Table Dewey and Cody. All in favor?
you know,
Motion carried. All right. Discuss, approve the splash pad.
we kick this thing down the street just about as far as we can go. It's time to get moving forward.
I 100% agree. It is time but we also have to have all of our ducks in a row.
Right?
Are all our ducks in a row?
Was it talked about in the last budget meeting, budgeting the money?
I was not at that meeting.
I don't recall.
I don't think we had the pool
We
department
didn't have pool.
printed for us available. There were a couple different departments we had missing from our budget paperwork to discuss.
My question is, and this is for you guys to decide, obviously, but do we actually, this group, approve this? is it the Parks Board? Have they approved it? Is that approved?
Yeah, so to follow up the timeline process, the Parks Board was gonna meet. They did so that Thursday after our last meeting. They
Their minutes are included in your packet.
Right. They voted to approve and they suggested the location be where we've all discussed prior,
By the
west of the pool by the pickleball.
courts. Okay. Well, then I don't know why we can't vote to approve what we need to approve. Is that correct? The part that we need to do?
I would say so.
Buskey's legal documents came in after this packet was sent out. Everybody got a copy of them or got an email with them in there. And he has drawn it up how we take possession whenever their contractor is completely done. There are no dates, of course, because we don't know the
I
dates.
thought there was something that said about 3 years.
No, it'll be built in 6 or 8 weeks.
No, but I thought there was something about after we take it over, that there was something about they would
Within-
maintain it for 3 years.
They
Within the agreement that was sent out, you're remembering the 3 years. So under the winterization bullet, it says the donor shall perform annual winterization of the splash pad in accordance with manufacturer recommendation for a period of 3 years following acceptance.
Okay.
I know that was a clarification question, Ethan.
Yeah, we can, absolutely.
So what are we thinking we truly need to budget for the splash pad a year?
At least 30,000.
Go high and
Go 35 and hope we have it.
Pray for the wear and tear on our system.
Did anyone put our specific rates into that table that was given to us? Did we ever get,
we never got.
Our
through an
city
engineer. That's my
specific
knowledge,
rates.
and engineers never ever told us what it costs to treat a gallon of water.
that table was shared with us to
Yeah,
be able to put our rates into, but there's only certain people that have our rates to be able to put those.
But those are commercial. Those are our commercial rates. We're not going to charge ourselves our commercial rate.
Exactly.
It's what does it cost us to treat a gallon of water?
And that's where I guess I'm concerned as the dollar amount, because I think the money that is being reflected for maintaining it is based off of incorrect rates and isn't an actual representation of what it's going to cost the city to run the splash pad.
We haven't been given any other rates. We haven't presented. We were presented of what their estimate. They never presented us what it would actually cost.
And I don't think we're going to know actual cost until we've got at least 1 year under our belts.
I guess I can't do the math to figure out even a general ballpark, because I've asked many people as to how does the city pay for water that's consumed by the city. Like Dewey and I had a discussion about it, and I had a little bit better understanding of how that process plays out. But I mean, there's water runoff from the pool. There's guys testing the fire hydrants. Like, water is used that's not paid for directly. So I don't know what that
you have a water main break
looks like.
right?
Right,
I mean,
right.
we flush hydrants. I mean, it's not a given. I mean, it's just the cost of doing business.
Mm-hmm.
So to a certain degree, you got to figure that in. That's the way I look at it.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Do we need a motion?
I will make a motion that we approve the splash pad city to do whatever it is to get the splash pad up and running.
Whatever the city needs to do to get this splash pad thing going. I mean,
Yes, move forward with the splash pad.
do we have a second?
So you're accepting the gift with the location determined to be west of the pool. I'll second that.
You would accept the gift after the project was done.
Yeah, per
But-
the agreement. All of,
Yeah.
Per the agreement to, in the future, accept the gift. Sorry.
Can I
You go right ahead.
I'll make a motion
Right back.
to accept the legal agreement and contract with the location for the splash pad to be determined west of the pool by the pickleball.
I'm gonna have to take this. So can you?
Does someone else want to make that motion and I'll?
Only thing I would like to have changed in the contract
Yeah.
is that it's truly not called a splash pad. It is called a water spray.
Okay.
Can you elaborate on?
A splash pad, it would be a recirculating
Okay.
system. A water spray is
Okay.
what it is.
Yep.
And if that,
So we've
if
got,
I'm wrong on that, that's fine. But I just mean what I research, it's
so we've got 2 amends. And so Dewey's, yours falls out. So
That's perfect.
So now
I
we
will
need-
let Nicole's go.
now we need a first
So-
and a second on
I will
the.
second Nicole's motion.
Yep.
My motion still says splash pad.
Is that- Oh,
So you're seconding
okay,
Cody's
no,
amendment.
okay. I'm not making a motion. I'm just
Okay. I make a motion to accept the contractual agreement as drafted with those amendments to call it a water spray instead of a splash pad, with the location of the water spray to be west of the pool by the pickleball.
and I will second that motion.
Dewey. Okay.
All in favor?
Right.
Motion carried. All right.
just to sign that contract, we need to have a resolution.
Yes.
Do you have a resolution?
I can
Yeah.
sure get one for us to look over.
Okay,
That
and then we can sign that next time?
15 then, Nicole, right?
You have 15 later on, I believe, in the packet I saw.
Oh, so 16.
So it would be
Okay.
16, yeah.
Okay.
All right, ready to move on? Set a public hearing for budget approval prior to 4:30. I don't think we can do that because we can set a public hearing, but we don't have a budget.
Means our budget has to be done by then.
Yep.
And be done well enough in advance to do public notice for it.
And publication and
When does it have to go into the state?
30th
It has to go into the
by
30th.
5 p.m.
30th of what?
April.
So
And
we've got
today,
2.5 weeks. Today's the 6th. So we can still have workshops. This is just the public hearing.
So it has to be published 10 days beforehand. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. So it would have to be in the paper that goes out on the 21st, which means we would have to have it to
The paper by the
by
16th
the
at
16th at
noon.
noon, which means we need to have our budget finalized by the 16th. So in the next 10 days, the budget needs to be nailed down. That's saying if we're going to have the public hearing on the 30th.
We might not.
no, we
wait
have to,
till the
don't we
very
have to have the
last.
public hearing before the 30th?
Yeah.
It has to be
We're
prior
gonna have it in the
to,
evening.
I would say that if you still want to use that timeline for it to be,
This 27th would be,
That'd be a Monday.
if
We have
you're
a
going-
meeting on the 20th if you want to keep it on a Monday.
we wouldn't be able to get the public notice out before the 20th.
No, I'm saying, and then go with the 27th.
But the 27th, you'd have to have one. It'd have to be in next Tuesday's paper to fit the 10 to 20 days, which means your budget has to be done in the next 7 days.
oh, and we got to get our budget done.
We can get it done.
so do we want to have a meeting yet this week?
It's down here later, isn't it?
No.
I thought you had.
Set the public hearing. So when do we want to set the public hearing? What date do we want that for? 27th. All right. Do we need a motion to set that public hearing?
I'll make a motion to set the public hearing for the budget adoption for the 27th of April at
4:30.
4:30.
That was seconded.
Do we second? All in favor?
All right.
Motion carried. Discuss list of possible municipal lawyers. I thought we did this.
We had a list and it was requested to maybe find some closer because people had an issue spending money outside the county. So this was requested. And so I got information from the league. This is who everybody in the county uses. This is where they are all located. The furthest away is Denison. I left messages for two. I got a letter from one. One's $300 an hour. One's $250 an hour. Our guy out of Des Moines is just over 300. It really depends on the topic. But these are municipal attorneys where that's their
Is
focus.
this number 5? Is this the one we're talking about?
No, it's been suggested since then. It was requested at one of the last meetings. One of them I listened to when I was out on leave.
So do we have our current rates? The ones that we had designated in our resolution, those three attorneys
Yeah.
that we used.
Yeah.
Do we have our current rates?
I don't have rates from Ryan Buskey.
Have we reached out to him?
Yes. And I've asked for a contract and
The last I spoke to him, he had never received anything pertinent to it.
he told me he does not do contracts.
So can we clarify that and get that?
Who does not do contracts?
Ryan.
So,
I think that Brian Young looks that letter since it was a
Yes.
pretty good letter, serves a lot of communities.
Yeah, I actually got to talk to him. He sounded right where we needed. Plus he covers other cities in the area, so he understands what we're dealing with.
I think it's hard to look at this list because I agree that that letter is pretty impressive. But we do have 3 attorneys that we approved for resolution to utilize. And without having their information, I don't know why we would go out.
Well, I just said what the one in Des Moines is, the one in Ankeny. I just said what his rates were. Ryan doesn't give rates. Ryan does not do contract. But if you want to ask him again, go ahead.
I'll call him.
We have a third person on that resolution too. Do we have any information about their firm?
No.
So I feel we need one city attorney. We don't need a list of
Mm-hmm.
however many are on there. Some of those attorneys maybe were used for projects,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really not our city attorney. They were an attorney for a project.
Ryan is more Prairie Estates.
I don't think you want to limit yourself to one.
I do. I think you should have one city attorney, and if they need to reach out to get more information, that's their job.
Now, the way that I've done some research is that usually you have 1 or 2, maybe even 3, one more for lawsuits or potential personnel lawsuits, or lawsuits against the city as far as going and having special specialization in fighting those lawsuits from a lawsuit standpoint. And then you have one that's more code-based, municipal-based, budgetary-based, financial-based, that sort of. So I did look and see that through my research, there are usually 2 at minimum because of those areas of specialization. I've asked, since we passed that resolution, or on that resolution, to have their specific uses attached to those firms, and we never followed up
I've put it on the resolution.
as to what we use each firm for.
It's
Where is
written on
that
there what they-
resolution?
It's resolution 5. And it's got descriptions under each lawyer as to what they cover.
Dorsey Whitney.
Bond.
Resolution I got in my packet was resolution 4 for banks, so I don't anything pertinent to that, and I've never seen the amended.
I've never seen this before. I don't recall it. I guess apparently I signed it, but I don't recall seeing this version of this.
I agree. I think we need to nail down their uses and make this approach a little more streamlined so that you know who you're going to for certain issues and where their specializations lie. So I think we need to do a little more comprehensive research for that.
By the reading of this letter, it's pretty much we go to Mr. Young and pretty much his law firm, his office specializes in all those areas in some different part. No, that will all be within the through him within his office.
Yeah, I got that as well. Personally, to make a decision without talking to the other people that we committed loyalty to 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, whatever that was. I would like to do more information. There's no point in bringing on another attorney if we already have these services and are paying similar rates. In my eyes.
Is anybody up for any kind of recommendation from people that have been doing this for a long time, or I'm just curious.
Sure.
If the answer is
That's for you guys to decide. We already had public comment and you didn't talk at public comment.
no, but
So I'm going to ask you not to say anything because you didn't speak up at public comment.
I think we all need to go do some more research, talk to people that have expertise in these backgrounds.
Has it got your name on it?
I did not sign it.
There's no way you didn't.
You,
No.
this is
No.
All right,
No.
this is pitiful.
No.
this discussion can be had every time. I think that everyone needs to gather more information so that they can make a better decision and bring it up again at our next meeting and make a decision at that point.
I make a motion, we table this for the time being and get moving on. Second.
Dewey and Wes. Sign the hospital budget letter. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. We got a clean copy of that hospital. Got a clean copy of it you want me to sign? Pardon me?
You want some clarification? You have some questions related to that. Is that true?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does actually.
That would be nice to have then.
Okay, so clarification on this is the Iowa code requires you guys to put our budget into your budget. Okay, it's been going on for 59 years. Our responsibility for this process is to give you our budget. And when Lynn Regling was doing this, there evidently was some issues that came up one year about our budget not being into your budget, and the thought maybe was we forgot to give you the budget, okay? So she started this form that says who gave you the budget, and then somebody from the city. It certainly doesn't have to be the mayor. It never used to be the mayor. It used to be the city administrator would sign it, verifying that you got the budget, right? So that's more or less saying we presented you with the budget, you got the budget. From our standpoint, it doesn't matter what you do from an Iowa code perspective. You have to have that as a part of your budget. Okay, so we don't have to do the signature anymore. We sent that via email, and realistically, all we have to do is have an acknowledgement, like you did via email, that you received our budget. And that's all the responsibility we have. So we don't need to have a signature sheet. All it has to be is an acknowledgement. And she did that via the acknowledgement on that email string that said you got our budget and it's whatever you guys want to do with it from that. So it doesn't have to be a signature. I'm guessing the signature was put into place before all the email processes and everything. But realistically, all it has to be is an email response saying that you got our budget. Okay, so that one's all taken care of. We won't have.
I assume you got their budget.
Yes, I got the email.
I've never seen
We'll
it.
mention during this, we are still waiting for the signed depository resolution from the city, which allows us to work with certain banks within the county, and we haven't got that. Then you know, it's coming in. So.
Do we have that? That resolution? Here it is, right here. This one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was passed back in January.
Okay, I just need a signed copy of that to have on file for. Thank you.
Gonna make them a copy of that. Or have Derek do it, maybe? So we don't really even need to sign that.
No, just the email. We're just moving forward with email confirmation. That signature is something Lynn started a number of years ago, just to show proof that she gave it. We don't have to worry about that. We can do it all by email.
So we don't have to do anything for sign the hospital budget letter. That's a no-go.
No, that's fine.
All right.
You just need a copy of the banks, is all you need.
We need that to have on file for our auditor, and it looks like we have that right now.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
Moving on, sign the engineer's statement of completion for the airport.
10-Point Construction worked on the airport project. This is for FAA grant money. This is to confirm they've been paid $177,057 and 76 cents for the concrete for the airport apron for the project at the airport. We need to sign that we've received their statement of completion.
I see this was dated January 12th, I would assume it was supposed to be 2026 because it says 2025 on there.
This came to me from the contractor, so yeah,
So,
it's 26.
okay. I'm just clarifying because has anyone went out there and accepted that construction yet?
Oh yeah, yeah, we all have, everybody on the board, everybody.
Okay, so I'm concerned because the total amount due to the contractor should have been paid within 30 days
It was,
after that acceptance.
it was.
Okay. I just didn't want, because it says interest will be
This was paid.
applied.
This is so we can get the money back from the FAA from the grant. That's all it is this will reimburse us.
So who has to sign?
The mayor.
Are you okay for me to sign it?
I'll make a motion for you to sign the statement
Cody?
of completion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Dewey? All in favor?
Okay.
You have it for me to sign?
You might have one in your packet too. I'm not sure.
Well, my packet's not very good. City clerk? It has, you gotta sign it. Says a resolution number and a date.
Yep, it'll be 17. We can date it today. Oh, no, it's 15. Sorry.
Mhm.
I just didn't put the number on that.
No, resolution 15 is next.
Oh, so it's 17.
It is 17. It's just like that. And then today's date. Did I do all in favor? I did, didn't I?
Mm-mm.
No, all in favor?
All right.
Motion carried. All right. Sign the USDA pre-grant document. Resolution 15.
This is for the preliminary engineering report for our sewer project. They finally got caught back up from being shut down. The USDA got very backed up being shut down, so this is $35,000 grant to cover the engineering for the waste treatment project. It's just for the engineering piece.
We've already applied for that, right?
Oh yeah, but they were shut down all last fall, so they got backed up.
Sure.
They're just now to us.
I'm just making the way that this resolution is worded is that we agree that you should apply, but we've already applied for it.
This came from them, so this is their document.
Okay.
Like it says here on the bottom, USDA Rural Development. It's theirs.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 15 with USDA.
We'll second it.
Cody and Wes. All in favor?
All right.
Motion carried. New business. I had that out here. Where'd that keep America or keep beautiful?
My new business or my old business?
Your new business, but you're down the road a little bit, Adam.
Got Greenwood.
Is this a resolution?
No.
No.
It's proclamation. You got it?
Yeah.
Proclamation. Whereas the rolling landscapes and the natural forested beauty of its river valleys define Iowa as the beautiful land. And whereas Iowans have a high regard for the natural beauty of the state, along with a strong sense of stewardship, and want to encourage all residents and visitors to help keep Iowa beautiful for future generations. And whereas Pocahontas has caring residents and citizens who want to build the pride and respect that we have toward both our natural lands and the environment, knowing that these are essential to the cultural and economic health and vitality of our community. And whereas enhancing and supporting our community through programs like Keep Iowa Beautiful and Pocahontas County's Hometown Pride program are important to Pocahontas's quality of life. Now, therefore, I, the Mayor of Pocahontas, Iowa, encourage all residents to embrace the Hometown Pride program and undertake personal efforts that will enhance the cleanliness, health, and beauty of our community. I do hereby proclaim April 2026 as Keep Pocahontas Beautiful Month. Do we need to motion to sign that? Pardon me?
Just a proclamation.
It's just a proclamation. PCHC CEO, James, educational meeting and hospital update.
A couple of different things to discuss. First of all, I want to thank everybody. Everybody's gotten back to me in one way, shape, or form for our educational meeting that we have scheduled for next Wednesday night. The only person that I've heard of that cannot make it is Brian. Otherwise, everybody from this council and our hospital board will both be there for that educational event. Something similar that we've done for the council before, along with our board. I met with Emily today, who will be putting on the presentation. The two things that she's going to focus on is to discuss the roles, like we've always done with the hospital board, the roles of the city council related to the hospital board, trying to educate everybody about the role that the city actually has with the hospital board. It's not a big role, but she'll go into detail with that as well on Wednesday night. The one role that you do have that we've had to use a few times in the 30 years that I've been out there is signing and co-signing for any loan that our hospital has. Okay. Right now, we currently only have one outstanding loan. It's with what used to be called the City or the County Bankers Association. That loan actually gets paid off in October. It was a 15-year note. I think that we're paying off in a little bit over 10 years or something like that. But ultimately, if you look back on that paperwork, the city would have had to sign the ultimate borrow of that money through the hospital. The hospital can't borrow money on their own. It has to come through the city government, which is per Iowa code, which can be explained to everybody next Wednesday, no different than what's happened in the past. Wanted to update everybody a little bit. Maybe you've heard either on Facebook or through articles in the paper about a project. I forgot to mention Rick, our board chair, is obviously here tonight as well. With a project that we are looking at doing out at the hospital. It's a little small print. Our large copier was down today, but the first thing I want you to look at is the one that doesn't have orange on it. The one that's with the actual drawing without the highlighted areas. That area, if you look at that, is going to be our new rehab area, which is going to include cardiac and pulmonary rehab, plus all the different therapies, respiratory therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, and physical therapy. It's going to be built north of the hospital in the area where the nursing home used to be. It will be connected by that hallway that you see that's extending from the south to the north. And it'll include those areas right there. That's roughly 12,000 square feet. Once we build that area, we're going to be able to do some renovation to our area. The biggest thing that you've seen as far as therapies go over the last 5 years, it's been our fastest growing department, mainly because a lot of insurance companies are requiring therapies done even before MRIs. Most definitely surgeries, they require therapies to be done to try to save money. This is going to be a much larger gym area than we currently have. What we have right now is really nice. It's well taken care of. It's just not large enough for the equipment that we need. That's going to be the biggest change is the amount of gym space we're going to have for the different therapies to utilize. Once this area is built, we'll renovate our current hospital in the areas that show orange on the other map. And when we get the detailed drawings done, I'll come up and present them to to this council in more detail. But the areas on the orange that are here, these are the areas that the therapy departments that are going to be moving to the north side of the hospital, they'll be leaving these areas of the hospital and we'll be renovating those areas. Realistically, the biggest changes as it relates to the renovation areas is going to be our emergency room setting and nursing service setting. The emergency room services are now going to have 2 large trauma rooms instead of 1 large trauma room for 2 patients. It's going to have 2 large trauma rooms for 1 patient each. It's going to have a mental health room that's going to give us a better and easier way to observing mental health patients when we're holding them, which happens on a regular basis. We're going to have a larger pharmacy. We're going to have 2 sleep quarters for emergency room people. Which we use the house for now. That's on our property. That's really crowded, so we're putting that in there. So that's about 5,000 square feet that we're renovating inside the facility, which all of you know from a renovation is way more expensive than building new. All in total, we're actually completing our cost estimate right now on both of these projects based on the average renovation costs and the average new build costs, and we're thinking that these two projects combined are going to be in the 15 to 20 million dollar, okay, which I know seems like a lot of money, but in this day and age, it's not a lot of money. And we've looked at different borrowing possibilities. We've actually met with all the different banks together in one meeting that have either their main office or a branch office in Pocahontas County. We met with them, talked about the process that we've used in the past. That group of banks is not the same group of banks that we dealt with 10 or 12 years ago. They don't have the same relationships. They don't meet on a regular basis, but together, Sheila was the main one that led that group, and together they got back to us and quite honestly said that they're not interested in doing this. We tried to do it to keep the money local, but they've admitted that they can't compete with the USDA's interest rate for one thing, and they can't lock the money in for 35 or 40 years at the same interest rate like the USDA. So unfortunately, and when I say unfortunately, it's because of the paperwork that's involved. We're going to have to go down the USDA route. Dana is who we work with out of the Storm Lake office. She's very familiar with hospital projects. She's currently done projects in Lake City, Sac City, and BV. We've already started filling out some of that paperwork. The architect that we're using is the same architect that we've used for 30 some years, Shive Hattery, Bob Bassinians out of Shive Hattery. We're working with Graham Construction. They're the ones that are doing our cost estimates. And really what they do is look at other projects that have been recently bid and try to figure out from a new construction standpoint how much they think this building's going to cost, and then from a renovation standpoint, the other building. Right now, they're saying they think that's going to be in that 18 to 20 million dollar range. I can tell you that they usually estimate on the high end, so there's no surprises down the road. So what will happen is once we move forward with the USDA, once we actually get this will be going out to bid just like any of our other projects. Once the projects go out to bid and we actually have bids on both of these projects, our board formally accepts these bids, and then that motion will come up to the city council, and then it'll be up to you to either approve or not approve the recommendations from our hospital board. Okay. The last signature from the USDA grant will ultimately have to be made by the city, because that's who ultimately will be responsible for the loan if we were to default on it. Just like we haven't done a USDA loan in like 20 years because we've already tried to do stuff locally, but that's just the way when county hospitals and city hospitals have to do that, all the loan paperwork has to be signed off by the city. We also have in the process of doing our auditors and our financial people are doing a cost or a cash flow estimate on what this looks like over the next 30 years to give us, some proof that we're going to be able to pay for it as well. That's in the process also. Just here to give you an update and make you aware of what's going on so there's no surprises. If you have any questions, you can certainly contact me. You'll learn more about this process next Wednesday as well during that educational event. I can tell you the staff's excited, our board's excited. We've done 5 or 6 other renovation or remodeling projects or new construction projects. This is the largest one we've ever done at one time is about a $9 million project. So this will be the largest project that we've ever done single-handedly. Rich, did I miss anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Anybody have any questions related to this stuff?
From this layout of the new facility, it looks like it's going to be kind of even with the back end of the hospital as it currently stands. Is there room back there for expansion should you need to in the future, James?
Well, it's actually, the front of it's going to be fairly lined up with the front half of the clinic. This area that you see in the lower part here is the clinic.
Oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense.
So the area where you see where it says west side awning,
yep,
that'll be a parking lot that'll be right next to Highway 4. So this building will be offset by the clinic by about 15 or 20 feet. Because of our helipad on the east side of this property back here, we're going to be limited as far as height what we can put back there. but we do have an additional about 120 feet to the north of where we're building this, that we can build some more. If you look at this hallway that we have on the west side, see how that hallway just goes right into a wall? The reason why that's there is so we could actually add on more building to the north of this and then just extend that hallway up there. So it'll be easier to add on to the north of this building than to the east of it.
Or is it going to be at the same height, or are you gonna have to build up that?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to build it up some, but even after we build it up, there's still going to be about a 3 foot difference. So there is going to be, we are going to have a ramp that goes down. It'll be about 3 feet over
You're
about
gonna have to
40
get
feet.
Dean a new payload or move snow.
Yeah, this one here's going to be covered though. That's going to be a covered hallway.
No, I mean the parking lot.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be.
I know where I can get you one.
We found out from the DOT too, even though that there was 2 different entrances going off of Highway 4 for the nursing home that was there, they're going to require us to go through the whole process of having them design and build a new entryway for that.
They weren't very good there.
Yeah, so we're going to go through that whole process. But you're right. There's actually right now about a 5 foot elevation difference between the manor and where the clinic is. We're going to make that up by 2 feet and only have about a 3 foot ramp. That will not be that corridor that you see coming from the north. That will not be a public access hallway for the public people in the hospital. It'll be for staff only. That's a good question. Anything else? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Discuss, approve, Adam Schoen land purchase. Adam, do you have something to say to start with?
Yeah. So I was gonna entertain the idea of extending out my shop. But I don't know if you guys know the price of things have been doing lately. They've gone up a lot. So I scratched that idea. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
So
So basically, it's just be a purchase of the land with
Correct.
no
Loan.
Infrastructure.
no guarantee
going
that
on
you're
it.
going to be doing
correct.
anything to add to the.
Correct. So my thought was, you guys want $12,000 an acre for that ground. I'm not gonna give you $12,000 an acre for that ground. I'm offering $5,000 an acre.
Okay, first off, have we
Yeah. Yes,
received a
please.
payment? Have we received a ground payment from the Guardian Line boys?
Yes.
So if we did sell this, we would have to refund them their money on that.
Some of it for the 6.4 acres that he's.
Yes, I mean, but
Yes.
yeah.
We'd have to change that whole contract. Yeah.
The whole contract.
Yep.
Then we would have to make sure if we're gonna do this, we gotta do it quick because it's time to start putting
That's
fertilizer on.
exactly why we pushed this through. Yeah.
If they put fertilizer on, then we would have to pay back their fertilizer costs. So I mean, there's expenses in there.
Have we discussed with them at all? Because, I mean, they probably bought seed and all that months ago at this point. What was their sentiment on that?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time.
I have not reached out.
Right.
They've got other land. So
If we sold that, would that land lock us? Do we have any other accesses? I mean, like, are there given at one time, was there given alleyway streets, to go back into that property other than from the north, from the road on the north?
Not that I know of.
There's an alleyway
Yeah.
right on the north side of the North Storage building, the city alley right there.
Is there? Okay. So like I said, we don't want a landlocker. I'm not opposed to doing something, but yeah, there's some things we need to think about.
So as of now, you don't have a plans to do anything on that property.
basically use it the same as I've been using.
Or for storage.
Yeah,
So if we would,
correct.
if in a contract, we'd put in the future that we would want to get an easement through there when we figure out where we need an easement. That would be
Something up for
part
discussion.
part of the deal.
Oh, I was just looking
Oh, you're fine.
where she's talking with that actually valley, right?
Above, so there's storage up here,
Yep.
and it'll come off Prairie Estates by the pond and come this way. So,
Okay.
yeah, so this doesn't go there
That's not a
either.
good one.
No,
Because it doesn't pull all that.
no, well, kind of. So it goes here, comes all the way up, and then there's that pond.
Mhm.
There's an easement there that goes all the way through the storage, all the way across.
Oh,
It's that
okay.
second road.
Okay.
We just don't have it in there yet.
Okay.
Because there'll be another road. We've already marked it on the Prairie Estates stuff, but it hasn't.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
what you could do is you could, piece that he buys, he can carry the lease with that piece. And let the guys farm, because you're gonna tour a piano back, you're gonna put no ground on the next day probably. And the lease might can carry him up a little bit, let's say you couple writing a new lease.
Would you be game for that?
No. No. Because this was brought up
Yep.
last
You're
fall.
right. You're right.
I feel as though I shouldn't have to suffer for the city pushing me back more or less.
Yep.
So-
Yep.
So no, I'm,
Understood. So what you want from this group tonight is yes or no, we're going to sell it to you,
correct.
one way or the other.
Yep.
For $5,000 an acre.
I say no.
Let's do a motion.
I just.
Or you just
for
wanna
that
say
price- for
no?
that price.
No?
Out of 5.
So that price is 32,400.
Okay. Brian, you say no? Dewey, you say no?
No.
Cody, you say no? Wes
Say no with that price as well.
and Nicole.
Good enough.
Good enough.
Good enough.
I don't know what more we can do
Okay,
at this point.
sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
It is Russ.
Let that reflect that everybody's saying, no, not at that price. Make sure it says at that price. All right, Mr. Jurgens. New subdivision street signage.
We've been asked for, street signs on the east side of Prairie Estates. And so we haven't ordered the signs yet because I wanted to know if you want to do something with that golf course road. If we want to name that, because there's not a sign at the beginning of that street, road, whatever you call it.
Is that private or is that city property? I'm just asking.
It
It is city?
It's an alley.
It's an alley.
Or they didn't pave it, but they tarred it and put rock down on it, which I assume
Gotcha.
means it's your street.
It's an alleyway.
It's an
right?
alley. Never got turned into a street.
So if I'm gonna order it and have people come and do it through 911, I wanna do it all at once, and I'm trying to coordinate it with another town,
Mm-hmm.
so we make one trip and do that, so I guess if you wanna name that road, we should do it now and then.
Is that what you're referring to as Clay Street?
No, that was in a different resolution.
It's the road that runs out to the golf course.
I know what you're talking about. I was in Pocahontas River. I have no idea where Clay Street is.
That was part of the urban renewal that
Okay.
wasn't pertinent to us.
Okay.
Would you give it a number or would you give it
Well,
a name?
I mean, I personally would probably,
It's
Does it line up with any
Road or-
street?
no.
It doesn't line up
Not
with
a-
anything.
Not a,
no.
no, it's not a.
So I mean, it really,
Didn't you have issues with how Prairie Estates was numbered and
So, and going to Russ's comment, I know when Laura first came, we had this, and there was a comment about, maybe naming it on something with utilizing the school kids' name and stuff, but I have concerns about that because love the school kids, but sometimes creativity is not what we want. And that's the reason why, and I think back then, I was kind of still pushing for like golf course road. Something that initiated, and then for EMS responding to it and anything
Golf
like
course
that.
lane. Or
Because
something.
we did have issues, Nicole, was that problem is that there was a number adjustment problem. They had started it at 100 at the golf course road, and then we would have had a problem if we ever developed to the highway. You'd have had an 8th and a 16th and a 32nd house,
Yeah.
So that's how that all came out. I just wanted to step in with,
Yeah, well, typically I'm against naming streets because they have a tendency of having people take them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this only goes to the golf course. You have a lot of out-of-town people that come. So, if we wanted to call it golf course drive, place, whatever, it's not a big issue because we're probably only talking 2 signs. We're talking a sign at 6th Street, and we're talking one at the 7th Street. So it's not a big deal. If I'm going to do it, I'd just as soon do it now and have it done.
and it doesn't line up with, so we already have a 3rd Avenue as it comes through, and then you have that sort of Prairie Estates it becomes problematic in your numbering scheme.
Yeah.
That's the reason why looking at and I agree with Ross, that normally I agree with the numbering side, but in this case, it sits awkwardly in the,
Yes. Yeah.
where the numbers for 400, 300 go. So
Then if you want to just name it course, I mean,
Country
I don't know.
Club Lane.
It's up to you guys. Pick something.
Golf course lane seems to be the most logical.
But we already got drives and we got lanes. What's the difference between a drive and a lane?
Golf course drive.
street, golf course street.
It should be
Avenues,
should be
avenues running.
It's not a road.
Avenue.
Avenue.
North and
It's an
south.
alley.
And just north to that is a drive. So
Prairie State Drive, is that what it is? Okay.
But should it also be northeast?
It should be.
Yeah.
I guess Prairie States Drive doesn't have northeast after it.
So your Beneke Street, you have a whole bunch of streets in Pocahontas that doesn't use the
Southside Drive.
north side, it doesn't do northwest, southeast. So your name drives to Pocahontas.
No, you're
Yeah,
fine.
you're
You're
fine.
fine.
But my only thoughts is, what if that road would ever get extended further?
You have cut through the golf course.
I mean, you could put a little jog in it and keep going to the, to put a,
Well, if you
Out
change,
through Dallas, you mean?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, most of those short streets are only a block.
I think maybe since it's unpaved, you'd be better off with going with lane, but there are no lanes in, that's why I said drive, because we have many drives.
Manor Drive, yeah.
Yeah. And if you jut out, I mean, like for Prairie Estates Drive turns into a different street because it runs north and south. So if you ever jut it out again, you could just make that a different street at that point.
Because your Prairie Estates is your division between 300 to 400 block right now.
I mean, I don't care.
Your Prairie States is between your 4 and 5.
Right. But that southern house is actually in the 310.
I see.
So then south of golf course will still be in the 300.
I get you.
Country Club Lane.
That's what I
Country
said
Club.
originally.
It's not really a country club. It's a
Sounds
golf
fancy.
course.
Too bad we didn't auction it off and let them, they could use the.
I think golf course drive seems to be the most consistent.
Sure.
Golf Course Drive. All right. We better make a
I'll
motion.
make a motion to change the name of that little
Alleyway.
to Golf Course Drive.
I'll second the motion.
Nicole and Dewey. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I'll try to take care of it.
Thank you, thank you.
Do I need to send you an email tomorrow? Okay. Okay, approve revolving loan application. Thank you, because I have a mess here, as usual.
For $160,000.
We cannot say the name.
No, I know that.
The committee that Dewey and I are on with other members that are on it from the banks and representatives from other different areas got together and all agreed that this was a good approve this loan application. And so we just have to present it to the city council saying that our recommendation is to approve it, and we all need to individually roll call vote on approving that recommendation.
Business or
No,
for an
it's
existing
very
business.
established.
Is that a couple loans and they paid, one is paid off, a larger loan is paid off? Building a building or something? No.
Updating equipment with them.
I make a motion to approve the revolving loan fund.
We're gonna do a,
I need a second, and then you
60,000.
I'll second Cody's motion.
Cody and Nicole.
Can she second if she's on the board? I don't know. I'm just asking.
That's why I didn't second it, so I don't know what's in.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
rescind my second if I can't.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Wes is gonna second
I'm
it.
sorry, Nicole.
No,
I don't know.
Does that mean that I can't vote in the roll call then? Or?
No.
I don't think I think you can still vote
Okay.
I
I
think,
didn't know.
because it's not the money or nothing. Not
right, it,
Yeah.
towards you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let Wes second it.
Okay.
Wes
Sorry,
is
dear.
second.
I didn't know.
Um,
I just didn't want to have to back up and then.
this doesn't have names on it, so I'm putting names on it. So I can do a roll call here. All right, Cody.
Aye.
Wes.
Aye.
Nicole.
Aye.
Dewey.
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
Motion carried. Who gets this?
Well, because I'm contacted. All right.
Pine Center lease option.
So this was drawn up by Ryan. I skimmed over it. This is for a business to use the Heinz Center. It would be 4 times a year. We're down to 3 now for this year, but it's for a month. We will not store their items. They have to have their own insurance to be in there. This isn't like we used to use it for recurring events. This is just something that would happen in there 4 times a year. So it would give us some sort of support for that building.
How long?
They get a month 4 times a year.
So they use it for a month.
They have access to it.
Well, I think from what I got from this agreement, it's wide open so that it would be applicable to anyone interested in leasing it. And like the people that we do have interested
That's
in
true.
leasing it
That's true.
would do it 4 times a year and be able to have those. But they're kind of different. Right now we're voting on the adoption of this agreement, and then we would have to vote on approving the agreement with that person that's interested.
I see.
Right
So-
here, it's got a lot of blanks that we can fill in based on whoever wants to use it.
I did.
Okay, a motion to adopt the agreement. Generic agreement.
I'll make a motion to approve this.
Second,
Second.
Dewey.
Yay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Now, do we have a motion for, I'm not quite soaking this in. Is it, they're going to use it 4 months out of the year or just 4 times out of the year?
We're not, there's nobody specific that we're
This
voting
is
on.
just
right
an
now.
agreement that we're agreeing.
Okay,
We'll
okay,
talk about a
Okay.
specific
gotcha.
interested later on down the road.
I didn't
They'll have to
understand.
come to us.
All right. Discuss, approve simmering quarry codification estimate. Honestly, I haven't had a chance to look at this one. Thank you.
Yep. This is to take the book we have. They are the last ones that certified it. And so they would update what needs to be updated. We've already read through all of them once, but that will go all the way back to scratch. And
That was a question I had as far as clarification on this, is that we'll be able to have an interacting conversation about how we want
Yes.
certain codes
Oh,
to
Yes.
update.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is one of their specialties. They do them for a lot of different
If
cities.
we change anything, we got to still have the.
Oh, yeah.
The
We
readings
we
that
need
I
time.
received.
We
This
still
group
have the
still has
readings.
to,
Oh, yeah.
yes, to agree.
I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
it was going to be reflective of what we actually want to
Yeah.
report.
Oh, yes.
And then the code will be in there too. So.
The things that are changed by the state
Yes.
will be.
Yes.
They'll, yeah.
Did everybody get a chance to look at this? Do you have any questions?
There is a
on it?
way to get a digital formatted copy that can be put on the website. It's another $450. I just want to throw that out there.
Perfect.
So it would be searchable.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's down there at the bottom.
Yep.
And I think we want that part for sure.
450, that would include the code, and would that also include the zoning code?
Yes.
I mean, I know it says
Yep.
there's an additional 1,500 for the zoning, so,
Well, zoning, they're going to look at an update.
but I mean, so like say we're looking at 7,000 for the one.
Was
1,500.
Plus
Yeah.
1,500.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, okay, and I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then an extra $750 for an online,
Mhm.
and then another $450 to host it
Every year.
Yep. So if there's changes from the state, they would do it and keep us current.
I know I don't vote and I don't have an opinion here, but to me, this makes all the sense in the world.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do it, and it's under 10 grand.
That's exactly all the news I got too. Everybody I talked to.
Don't we have to, or right now?
Yes, we do.
you're good. That's the thing is, remember that you're codified. That's not the problem. It's about what I was working on was just putting it all together.
Updating it.
We're going to put it all together. And it's up to date. Your codes are up to date. That's not the problem. The problem is just having the time for me to make sure every piece is spotted together. And then I know some have expressed the problems of, but there are some changes that folks are considered, and then they can help make sure that gets done.
Mhm.
You're busy enough, Alex. Okay.
Yeah. I want to burn
It's
it
been a
down.
rough month anyway.
Anybody want a motion?
Make the motion.
Brian's going to motion to approve the simmering quarry codification estimate. Do I have a second?
I will second that motion.
Dewey. All in favor?
Okay.
Motion carried. Select a summer rec committee.
I think following
Not
up
me.
from our last meeting, we had discussed just being able to have a more unified front with all of our sport rec boards, and then allowing them to have a contact as well to go to when they need city support or need something from the city, and being able to represent the city and seeing how we can support all of the summer rec boards. So by no means is this intended to replace any of our recreational boards. It's merely so that the city can be involved in those discussions a little more, and be able to kind of eliminate redundant spending and again give them a little more financial support or just overall city support in however way we can, and in whatever discussions going forward any of those rec boards take. So that was the idea there. Probably just similar to all of our other committees, get two people that are
I was
interested.
going to say, do you want 1, 2, 3? What do you want?
I'd be interested in joining it.
Nicole and Wes?
Thank you.
I'm glad it's
So who, like the heads of the soccer, or the head of the,
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
pretty
that's who else,
informal.
that's who else you're gonna ask to.
Right.
Right, at least one representative from every board, and then depending on what the conversation is, obviously looking at representatives from other demographics that are
Yeah.
pertinent to that discussion.
Get you.
We don't need any,
I don't think you have to have a motion.
I don't think
on
we
that
need
yet.
any motion or anything on
I know
that.
we
It's just-
have for other committees, so I don't know
Yeah.
if you want to just follow suit and just.
Sure.
Well, then let's do it.
Yeah. I'll make a motion that we go ahead with this summer rec committee.
Dewey's motioning, second. Brian? All in favor?
I'll just add my 2 cents. We did get the grant for the dugouts for the roof. Got the check today. So the city guys are going to do them and get those 2 that are dilapidated. We're going to go ahead and do all 4. We got a grant for just under half. So those will be repaired before season.
They gonna put steel on them, or what are they?
Steel. And it's coming from Manson. We went as local as we could.
That sounds good. All right, next is set a public hearing date. Is that, you want it set for 5/4
Yes.
for the amended urban renewal?
That's the date that the lawyers gave me. So,
Oh, okay.
but I think we tabled
We
some of
tabled
that,
it
so this probably
before,
gets tabled.
You want to table this?
It's up to you guys, but I think we probably do.
Is it going to have any impact on, I mean, what is the timeline?
The sooner the better. They would like to, I mean, it's by the end of May. But like I said, they picked that date because then there's publication and you have to meet with county and da, 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 da.
I think
It is a long process.
from the standpoint, May 4th is probably pretty tight at this point, but also looking at the resolution like we were mentioning earlier, there's mention of Clay Street multiple times in the resolution, and I don't believe we have a Clay Street.
I noticed that too.
So we just need to make sure that,
I sent her an email today.
okay, this resolution lines up a little bit more.
Yep. So we'll just table that.
Motion to table?
I'll make a motion to table that.
Cody?
If we would have to push it, we can add it to a special, I guess.
Second the motion.
Cody and Dewey? All in favor? Motion carried. Establish committee for 28E review. What 28E? Which one?
Friends.
I'll volunteer to be on it.
Cody? And
I'll do it.
Wes. Let's do a motion for Cody and Wes to be on the 28E review committee.
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
Full second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Set a meeting for the Pocahontas 28E committee to meet with Lorenz committee.
That's something we need to talk with Lorenz and set up a time.
Here.
I think that,
So they set their committee too. I guess to me, it would have all been in one group. Is that the group just now needs to communicate with the Lorenz one that's been set. So that's what I would say. Is I wouldn't say that the council has to set when that meeting is.
right.
We know when it's due. So I guess to me,
I
I
think
would
that's
say
just kind
our
of
two
a
members talk to their two members and
moot
we
point.
have a meeting.
Okay. So this just, nothing
That's
happens.
nothing.
Yeah, no motion.
All right. Anybody got any reports?
I emailed you, Christy, and I know you've been busy.
I
You're
have not. I apologize.
during our armed robbery, which we did capture both of the individuals with it. During that though takedown, unfortunately, we had a squad car parked in such a position, and the wind came along and took a dumpster and put it against one of the squads. So
Of course.
under $1,000 damage. Stephanie agrees that it's minor. We'll get it fixed. Rob has already, I already have one look at it.
Okay.
Just so you're aware that that had happened. Everything else, like I said, it has been an extremely busy lot. My frauds are just through the roof. We're working on a couple different business issues where employee, it's not former employee, issue.
Whose dumpster was it?
Dollar General.
Of course.
And my thing is, I appreciate Dollar General because they let us utilize this because the takedown had to be done in such a way that we didn't want, I know Wes can really run fast, but some of us can't. So,
That's why we have cars.
so again, so it was very nice of them, but unfortunately, like I said, it's just unfortunate. So that was a big thing. Still working on the RAM. Stephanie and I talked again today. I'm waiting for response back from the State Patrol on fixing it. Although we may look at actually just trying to, she's going to work with EMC trying to determine locally. Again, no one wants to touch it because of where sensors are and everything else. And then if we go and we take everything out of the truck and we do all that stuff and then we put it back and we still missed the sensor.
Everything's got to come back out again.
So I don't know where that stands at, but that's where we're still sitting at there. So, I mean, Rob's done a great job, you know, communicating and whatnot. I've worked with my outfitter, just trying to get that. It's just a complex issue. And that's the reason why I've been working with the State Patrol too, because they damage a lot of school cars in a year. So I'm looking maybe for local options too, depending on what happens. So that's where that's at. Other than that, and everybody's appreciative of the paternity leave. You know, so we're working on plans for how that's going to work for the month and that. So that's gone very well.
When isn't somebody due in April?
Yes.
Okay.
So Dalton will be is due April and then Mason in May. So, but we should be good. I don't see any major issues with covering or anything like that. Everything else is doing very well, I think. Very much. All right.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else?
I just next when we get maybe a committee to talk about the shelter house.
A committee for the shelter house?
For the west.
For the park.
Can we?
What we're gonna do.
Can we put that on our next meeting since we've been doing all these committees and?
Yeah, that,
Do
I mean,
that.
this is for the next meeting.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
get it on for
Perfect.
Get a committee.
Yep.
Make
Got
sure
that.
that gets on there.
You bet.
Anybody else?
We also need to talk about what we're gonna do with the cemetery mowing next meeting. We never really followed back up on those resolutions that were pertinent to that. We need to clarify that we, our people that have kept it in the past are officially done and they feel confident in that and that was or was not an official vote. We never really followed back up on the overlap between, I think it was resolution 10 and 11 and where we want to pursue with that. But I know mowing's gonna
Start soon.
So we
Yeah,
turned that from a part-time position into a full-time position. So whoever we hire for that full-time position, that will be part of what they do. Remember, we had it as a part-time and we didn't want it just to sit tight. We didn't want to bring in somebody just part-time because we've got retirements. So we turned it into a full-time position and that's going to be part of who we bring in.
Well, I remember the last discussion we had was that part-time probably wouldn't be pertinent because it was going to be March to October and we couldn't really use that for like a high schooler. That's where that discussion went, but I don't ever remember having a discussion where we approved an additional full-time.
So who was mowing the golf?
John
He
Nedved.
wasn't mowing.
No.
They contract people out, like I know King Cooper did it.
That's, I mean, is there still a
Ferguson?
contract out with somebody?
No.
They both are hoping they're done.
Okay.
I know, like health and stress and life.
Well, I mean, just John.
They're
He's done
retired.
that,
Him
But
and
is there-
Ferguson are done.
But
Don
is there
and-
anybody that was mowing it that still wants to continue in mowing it?
That was contracted through them.
Yes, that the city can contract.
We've had people call that mow other cemeteries and other places in town, and they would like it. But with our retirements that we're facing, that's when we talked about a full-time position and letting that be part of what they do. Because we don't have enough men to spread
Yeah.
without bringing on somebody, plus we're losing one right away.
But I mean, have we got the,
I have 5 applicants already.
This ad, I don't know what this is going to cost, but it should have been cut off here.
It's been shortened way down for these next 2 weeks.
I would sure hope so because this is not.
That's
a
what
good thing to
everybody.
put in
That's
the
what
paper.
everybody looked at. But
And I did not okay this. I okayed an ad, but I did not okay that.
my only report is I need to set some boundaries for my health, and we all know this stresses wearing on some of us. So, being contacted when you know we're closed or when you know we're off, I always tell you guys when I'm off. We are the type of office that it is customer service. And I will respond. Like that's my instant, I need to respond because somebody's asking me a question or has a concern. I need to ask for respect, please. If you know I'm gone, if you know it's a holiday, if you know we're closed, that's not the time to contact me unless something's on fire. Please. I need to say that. I've had 3 near widow makers. I'm not married, but I've had 3 since December, and I really choose not to go there, you know, this young. Please. I've got to set that boundary, and I need everybody to hear that. But that's my.
I do respect that. I think that is much needed to support you as well. I would ask that maybe we could have a discussion as to what that looks like, because some of us are not able to reach out given office hours that.
I'm not saying during the week when we're here, those nights are okay, not 10 o'clock.
I think it just needs to be on the expectation of us is that we don't reach out to you via cell phone or in a personal manner like that, but we can send an email and have an understanding that you can get back to us whenever is appropriate during business hours. We don't expect a response after hours, but we're still able to send that message after hours, and we'll be under the understanding that that response may come at a delayed rate during working business hours.
I will try to train myself then to not respond. That's it.
Make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Wait a minute.
We got one more.
Pardon, stuff.
I am resigning as city clerk. I have been given an opportunity to work in a different position, and I've taken it.
You have the last day.
The 21st.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate everything you've done. Appreciate it. Gonna miss you. That's it.
Any other council reports? You guys are all okay?
Dewey, was it you that was motioning to adjourn?
Rover motion seconded.
Gerber seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Now what are we gonna do?
All right, kiddos, you ready for graduation?